I stammered. I didn't know it was stolen. The second cop smirked. That's what they all say. Handcuffs clicked around my wrists before I could process what was happening. Cold metal, sharp against my skin, my whole world tilted sideways. I tried to protest, yelling about the app, showing them the delivery order on my phone, but the cops weren't buying it. One of them said, "This drop spot matches a burglary case we've been tracking for weeks. You're looking at serious charges, kid." They shoved me in the back of the cruiser. My throat went dry. I wasn't a criminal, I was just some broke guy trying to pay rent. But in that moment, it didn't matter what I knew. To them, I was just another thief caught red-handed. The ride to the station was a blur of panic. My mind kept replaying the moment the trunk opened, like a nightmare stuck on loop. I thought about my mom back home in Portland, the way she'd say, "You always find trouble, don't you?" I thought about my landlord, who wouldn't care if I was in jail, he'd still kick me out. By the time we pulled into the precinct, I was shaking so hard I could barely stand. They booked me, fingerprinted me, took my mugshot. That's when reality really hit. I wasn't just unlucky, I was screwed. Sitting in a holding cell under buzzing fluorescent lights, I kept replaying the choices that led me here. Why didn't I check the bag? Why didn't I ask questions? Because I needed money, that's why. Because the world doesn't care if you're broke, it just chews you up anyway. I didn't know it yet, but that night was only the beginning. The holding cell smelled like sweat, bleach, and despair. Metal benches lined the wall, and a single flickering light above buzzed like it was mocking me. I sat there with my head in my hands, trying to convince myself this was all a mistake, that any minute now someone would walk in and say, "Sorry kid, wrong guy, you're free to go." But that minute never came. Instead, after what felt like hours, a detective walked in, mid-40s, sharp suit, tired eyes. He carried a manila folder like it contained the fate of the world. He didn't introduce himself, just sat down across from me in the interrogation room they dragged me into and flipped the folder open. "You're Daniel Harris, 24, address on Lakeview Apartments, no priors." He read out loud, like he already knew the script. Then he looked at me. "So tell me, Daniel, how'd a guy with no record end up driving around with 50 grand in stolen jewelry?" My mouth went dry. I told the officers I didn't know what was in the bag. I was delivering it. "It's gig work. I can show you the app." He leaned back, unimpressed. "The app? Right. You think the people who robbed 3 houses last week were dumb enough to leave their fingerprints on a bag and call Uber for criminals?" The way he said it made me want to crawl out of my skin. "I don't know those people," I insisted. "I swear, I just got the order. They pay us to deliver. We don't ask questions."